Hello everyone, I'm Kimberly with Journal Breeze, and I'm here to show you my Chapter 1 Papers Design Team project. I like to make little ephemera packets for each kit. Chapter 1 papers kits are so big, I often have to make more than one of these little ephemera holders, but I enjoy them very much, and they actually made quite a few. And I thought I would do some other tutorials on those as well. But I've chosen to begin with this one. It's quite a long envelope, and it opens up, and it holds just a ton of ephemera, a ton. And then the other side also. So it could be much more stuffed than it is right now. This envelope is from their newest labels kit. Labels and something else is what it's called, and there's two of the envelopes. There's one that's gray on the white, and then there's one that's pink on the white. So I want to show you, this is the pink on pink actually, and this is what it would look like if you used it as an envelope. This paper is from their Forget-Me-Not kit, which is so fabulous. But, so it's interesting. It could, be a side. It could be in the middle of your signature and have the knot inside. A lot of ways you could use this, or really just to put things inside of course, that are part of your journal. It's nice and thin. But to make it an ephemera pack, I had to make it hold more. And I also wanted the design to be a little bit more exciting. So what I did, the design of the envelope paper itself, it's cute, but I wanted it to be a little more exciting. So here it is twice, and what I did is I double printed over the gray on sort of a grayish white background with a printable from their August Promise kit, which is their newest kit. And it actually looks like this, but a little bit brighter. I printed this out on draft, and then I printed it out again on top of the envelope that I had printed first in draft. So it ends up giving me a envelope that will look something like this when I'm done, or it could look something like this when I'm done. And I think, what did I decide I wanted to do? I think I might have opted for, let's see, they're both pretty. I think perhaps I opted for this, because this part ends up getting covered up by the ephemera that you put in it. So this is going to be how the envelope will look. And then I decorate the front. As you can see, I decorated here. Now this is double printed with a print from their Victoriana kit, and this is on the gray with a slightly gray background. And this is from the Victoriana, not double printed. And the inside is also from the Victoriana and not double printed. So you don't have to double print. It costs more if you don't have a good ink source. I'm with the HP Instant Ink, and it's heaven. So I don't have to really think about printing so much color. So I do it. Now this one is the original color, but a little duller because I printed it on draft. But the other pocket that will go on the other side, it's the same print, but I double printed it in draft. So I put 2 layers of the draft of this printable, draft meaning not normal, not best, but draft, and I got this darker, to me more vintage pink. You may love the pink that it originates in. It's a bright pink, and it's certainly a popular color, but I prefer this. So I will be turning this up like that, and I will be turning this up like that, and then they will go side by side like that. All right. So I am going to quickly stop the camera so you don't have to see me cutting it out, and I'll be right back with you. I wanted to say one more thing before I cut it out. I find, for whatever reason, oh, I know why, because when I put the extender in, it causes the bottom to be more out here than here. So I cut out a little bit from the side, maybe 1/8 of an inch on each side, and then it covers fully the extender. And I just do that on both of them. So when you cut it out, for the bottom piece, don't do anything to the top. Just cut out this bottom, about 1/8 of an inch out. You can always trim it down later if you want to. Okay, so another thing you want to think about is the size of the tab on the side. We're going to be gluing these down. They're not really going to be affecting what we do to make it wider. So if you don't cut it, I cut it, and then it ends up being underneath the accordion. If you leave it long, then some of it's going to show. And it'll just show when you look inside on both sides. And it's kind of cute, actually, there. So it's up to you what you want to do. I think I'll cut this one down because it's not very pretty. And leave that one long. Opportunity to be creative is everywhere if you just kind of look at it that way, I think. So, there we go. Okay. All right. So now we're going to glue those down. I prefer to use, whoa, I just refilled the bottle. And it definitely is more liquidy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. That's interesting. Whew. Okay. Wow. This is art glitter glue. It doesn't come out this fast. In fact, yeah, maybe I should have shook the bottle I poured it from. Oh my goodness. That's weird. It's not even sticking. Huh. Okay, let me shake it up. I never really shake our glitter glue. I don't know. Are you supposed to? Okay. Hopefully that's not going to wrinkle up. Okay. So then that's got to dry, especially that one. But in the interim, I am going to pretend fold this up to where it lines up. I say pretend fold because I don't like to give it a really strong, bone folder kind of a fold, because it is the bottom. It's the bottom, and it will get flattened to some extent, but there's no reason to make it a razor sharp edge when you want it to fill up with things. So I just do it gently. But what I want to do, but the next step is you have to measure. This is the top of where the paper should go, and you can see how cutting that 1/8 of an inch more was really helpful, because on my prototype you can see that this background shows, but by going over 1/8 of an inch more and cutting it out on each side, it's flush, and here it sticks out a little bit. Okay, so measuring that, well, I get 3 inches. Okay, and that's what I usually get, is 3 inches. And so I cut out 4 3-inch tall, 2.5 wide rectangles, almost squares. So what we're going for is this. Okay, so this is the peak, and this is the valley. You want the valley to be inward. You want the valley to be on the inside of your piece. Okay? And then it's flush. It's flush with your side, and it doesn't show from the front. So stand your paper up so it's the height that you want, the 3 inches, and have the paper that you want to be on the inside, so it's showing more is the point. Also at the side like that, and then you're going to fold this in half so it's tall, and it's about, how much is it, about an inch and a quarter wide if you cut it 2.5 wide. So there you go, each one. Okay, and then you want the valley inward. So now you take your paper and you're going to put one side up to the center and then the other side up to the center. So you've got this that opens up like that. And again, it doesn't have to be really, it sort of damages the paper in a way when you really run the bone folder over it, and it's not necessary. And then that's going to be glued down like that. And then the same thing with this. This is going to be pressed like that and pressed like that. So the thing that seems to be most important is to keep in mind that you want to make sure that the 3-inch side is left up. It's really easy to mess it up. And then your valley's toward the middle. Okay? And then your paper is going to come around and it's going to meet at the top. And I do this so I can see if my hinge needs to be a little bit shorter. Sometimes it needs to be cut just a tiny bit. And actually in this case it does, because the envelope goes down like this. You can see on the corner a little bit of the inner tab. So you see how that's how that's sticking out a little bit right there. Alright, so I'm going to trim it down a little bit. But that is going to be the right idea. So let me trim this down. I'm going to go like at an angle. Okay. And then this one's going to go this left-right stuff, it's just causes me to question everything. Okay, alright, that should work. That should work. Okay, that wasn't much of an angle though. I feel like it needs to be a little bit of an angle. Okay, alright. So then I'm going to glue it down. And I'm going to put a little run of glue stick down there as well. And I'm going to line it up with the edge. And I'm going to push it down to the bottom. I have it just a smidgen away from the edge. I mean, really, it's not even measurable. It's just a smidgen. It shows up because of the print, but it's really not. There we go. And then that'll go right up to the top. And it looks like that. Oops, it just slipped on my finger, but there you go. Okay. Alright, so let me glue this one before I glue that one down. And again, you want to have your valley facing inward. So I'm going to put glue on here. You know, I think this is the way art glitter glue is probably supposed to be. And I think I've been using it way too dry for all this time. Wow, that is... Because it was kind of bothering me, and I thought, well, maybe because it's winter, people talk about how it can't be shipped, so maybe it's just too cold. But I've used it for so long, and I've been through other winters, so I wasn't really believing that that was the problem. I'm going to put a piece or a strip of... I think that glue stick is good to add when you want a little bit of stiffness, and that's why I don't like it for a lot of other things, because it just has a stiff, it makes the paper stiff in my opinion, and I like it to be more flexible. Alright, so there's that, and then here's that. Okay. Run of that, and a run of that. Okay. So now we're going to go down here, down here. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to run this here. Well, now you just glue these two together. And I start at the bottom. I cut my ribbon. I cut my ribbon 4 inches long. This is just, I got this at Joann's, and I suggest that you use scrapbook paper or heavier ribbon like this so that it stands up straight when you put it in. If it's loosey-goosey, it's not really going to look very good, but see, this doesn't flip down. That's what I like about it, and I think it's a beautiful color with it. So I put some glue at the bottom so that it's glued together, and I don't choose to close the loop, so I keep it open, and then I glue the outside of one side to get the height right. It needs to be right in the middle. Mouche is one of the words that you see a lot on this kit, August Promise, and it actually means spotted in French, and spotted is a term that they would use on fabric. Little prints, little designs that are around textiles. Really old term. I'm sure it came to mean other things too, but that's what it meant. And I think I had, was it this one or was it this one? Let's see. No, I think it was that one I was going to do like that. And then put this here. Yeah, so let's do this side first since I've got it figured out. I think it's so cute. You don't have to decorate it, but I just love using all these little bits and pieces from the kit. And this is also from August Promise. So August Promise has all the brown pieces that I've already made things with and shown on Instagram. And I love them. They look like textiles, and they're beautiful. They look very wintry and cozy. I think I said they reminded me of a country estate, and a lot of you thought so too. And then these pink ones with the brown are, you know, completely different feel. Completely different feel. And yummy more as a shabby chic kind of a look, I would say. Okay. Oops. Oh yeah. Whoop. I'm going to put it like that. Okay. All right. There we go. So that side's done. So cute. And then this side, I was going to do this and that, or just do that. I think I'm just going to do that. I really like it. Oh, I have this that would also be an option. No, doesn't really show, does it? All right, so I'll put this on. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. So then we just put ephemera in it. And seriously, you can use really tall things. I mean, look at the size of that seed packet. Not a problem. Stands right up. Not a problem at all. And on this side, put the pretty pink things. They can go down like this or up like that, depending on the look you're going for. This is the brown, one of the browns that I was talking about. This is one of the browns printed on draft. And another one of the pinks. Yeah, they have quite a bit of ephemera in this kit. In the blues and the pinks. The kit has blues and pinks throughout, along with the browns. So that's it. So there you go. Darling, sweet, expandable, darling. I love it. I hope you do too. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. My first tutorial for any reason, really, and certainly for Chapter 1. Thank you so much for joining me. If you make something like this, I hope you'll tag me so I can see what you came up with. Journal Breeze on Instagram. Thank you. Bye-bye.